We know the concept in Judaism, Aveira Gereris Aveira, that one sin will lead you to do another sin. How do we understand the logic behind it? Why should one sin lead a person to do another sin? So let's step back for a moment and understand how a person's mind works when it comes to Aveiras, and then we might understand the logic behind it. Now, in most cases, a person, when he does not feel good about himself, he won't care about what he does. When a person feels good about himself, then he will continue doing what's right and try to avoid the bad things and the wrong things. So in this case, when a person does a sin, he feels guilty, he feels bad what he did. And that's actually, it might be the right way to feel, but it also might be the wrong way to think when a person does something wrong. When a person has this guilty conscience, which we were brought up with unfortunately, because whenever we did something a little wrong, we were judged by others. Neighbors used to judge us, our parents, our teachers, they used to judge us and like, oh, you did this, you did that, you can't do this, you can't do that. And we feel this like icky feeling, this empty feeling when we do something wrong. So when you do one wrong, you won't feel happy within yourself, so you'll go to the next step of doing the same wrong again, and again and again and again, with no stop. Because you feel this emptiness every time you do something wrong, so you don't feel good about yourself. So you won't have the courage to stand up for yourself and say, no, I'm not going to do it, because you feel empty anyways, might as well do it again. Because at the end of the day, usually a sin is something which you might enjoy physically or emotionally. So why shouldn't the person do this same sin again if he felt good about himself in a physical way, and then he feels bad that, oh, I did this wrong thing, so let me do it again and again. So now let's look at the Gemara, which the Gemara says about a person who does an Aveira, does a sin. The Gemara says, it's a very powerful Gemara actually, and I love this Gemara. And this Gemara actually keeps people going if they understand the understanding of the Gemara. The Gemara says, Ashrei mi shelo chata. Blessed is the one who didn't sin. Worthwhile is the one who didn't sin. Umi shechata yashuv v'yimchaloi. And the one who did sin should return to Hashem, and Hashem is going to forgive him. Now this is a very shocking Gemara. Because I would imagine the Gemara will say that it's beautiful that a person didn't sin, and the one who did sin should get punished. Is going to go to Gehenna. Is going to sin again. But the Gemara does not say that. The Gemara says, Umi shechata, and the one who did sin, Yashuv, just return to Hashem, and Hashem will forgive him. So when a person understands the understanding of the true thing behind doing a sin and then coming back to Hashem, that they won't feel this emptiness and they won't do the Aveira again. After understanding this Gemara, they won't have to go back to this Aveira Gereris Aveira chain. No one wants to be in this chain, caught into this chain of Aveira Gereris Aveira. Everyone wants, like, someone did something wrong, let him just stand back, relax, and don't do it again. The only reason why he does it again is because he doesn't feel good about himself. But if he knows that when he did a sin, he didn't hurt Hashem, the only one who he hurt is himself, then just face to Hashem again. Return to Hashem, and Hashem will forgive you. Now, what's the whole idea of doing a sin, doing a mitzvah, doing something righteous, and all these things? Why does a person feel the way he does when he does whatever he does? And does Hashem really care about if he did Aveira or not? Now, the fact that when someone does Aveira, he automatically steps back from Hashem. He's far from Hashem. He's further from Hashem when he does Aveira. Why is that? Because if he's close to Hashem, he wouldn't do the Aveira. If he understands, well, most of us do understand, but when a person is really in the right state of mind and realizes how much Hashem loves him, then he won't do the Aveira. So the fact that he did the Aveira is because he doesn't feel close to Hashem. And that's why in the days of the Beis HaMikdash, we used to bring a carbon to Hashem. We did Avera, we did whatever we did, and then we could bring a carbon and say, sorry Hashem, I didn't mean what I did, and please forgive me. Now what's the meaning of a carbon? Now let's look at the word. The word carbon has the shoirish in it. The root of the word carbon is karoiv, which means close. So bring a carbon to Hashem. Bring yourself closer to Hashem. By doing this sin which you have done, you are further from Hashem. And now, come closer to Hashem, like the Gemara says, Im chata yashuv v'yimchaloi. Just return to Hashem and Hashem will forgive you. Because the whole point of not doing Avera is to come close to Hashem. And when a person does Avera, he realizes that he was far from Hashem. So the whole idea of a carbon and coming close to Hashem is again, like just get closer to Hashem again. That is the point of bringing a carbon. And that's tshuva. What does tshuva mean? The shoirish, the root of the word tshuva is shav, which means go back. So now we can finally understand that we don't have to get caught into this chain reaction, this domino reaction of doing Avera and falling into it and continue going into this old bad footsteps, because we could just return and go back to Hashem. Instead of facing our back to Hashem, let's face our face to Hashem and say, Hashem, sorry, I did something wrong. I know I messed up. Sorry. Please, I want to get closer to you again. And again, we understand that the whole point that you did Avera is because you didn't feel this closeness to Hashem. So our job on a daily basis is to get closer to Hashem. It's to get this connection to Hashem, which Hashem wants us to be with Him. Hashem is the one who gave us life. Doesn't He want to be close to us? So all these ideas throughout our day in Judaism are actions of getting close to Hashem. We are lucky that we have a Torah and teaches us how to get closer to Hashem. We should honor our father and our mother. Why? Why should we do that? Not because our father needs our honoring. It's because we should get closer to our parents, and the closer we get to our parents, we realize who is our real parents. Those are our physical parents, but there's a spiritual parents above them, which we want to get closer to. That's also the whole point of having children, to understand the love we have to a child. Hashem has the same love 1,000,000 times more to us, because we are His children. So the whole idea of Judaism and living a true Jewish life every day is just to get closer to Hashem, because Hashem is the one who provides us. He gives us life. He gives us everything we have, and everything that we don't have is from Him. So we have to always understand and realize that the whole point of practicing all these things, we daven 3 times a day. To who? For what? Some people get lost. They wake up in the morning, they have a schedule which like a robot. They come into shul, they put on tefillin, they do all these physical things. It comes to daven and they do the bow, bow, bang, bang, bow, bow, ois shalom, all these different things. It's a beautiful thing. Yes, it's very important to do these physical actions. But we have to understand what's behind these physical things. And when we understand the things behind what we do, and we don't just act like robots, and do it with understanding. And yes, sometimes you don't have to understand what you're doing. You still have to do it, because those actions will get you closer. How is it going to get closer? Do it. And you'll find that how is going to get you to be closer to Hashem. Just follow the rules, follow the basics. And when you do the basics, that just shows that you are willing to give over yourself to the Torah, to Hashem, to the basics of Judaism. And when you do all these actions, Hashem will show His face to you. Hashem will show you that He is there for you. But when we are just going to sit back and just say the words without thinking, and just do the actions without knowing what we're doing, and then all of a sudden one day, oh Hashem, please give me something. You have any connection to Hashem? Yes, Hashem is for sure going to listen to you. But what's the connection with us to Hashem if we don't practice what He wants us to practice in order to get closer to Him? Now let me put that on the side, because we understand that already. Let me go to another subject which I really wanted to talk about for the longest time. A lot of people, they bash other people, badmouth other people. And how does that work? How do we understand why a person should do such a thing? I know it's fun to badmouth another person, gossip, it's really fun, but if we think into it, it doesn't really make sense to act this way. Because, let me tell you a story. There's a guy's name was Chaim, and a guy's name was Yaakov. Chaim and Yaakov, Chaim is the poor person, Yaakov is rich, he has businesses. Now Chaim, the poor person, comes over to Yaakov and has a discussion with him about different topics, random things about the news, about the nonsense. And then Yaakov liked Chaim very much. Yaakov, the rich person, enjoyed the conversation he had with Chaim, the poor man. So Yaakov asked Chaim, by the way, do you have a job? Or said, no, I don't have a job, said Chaim. Yaakov told him, I really want you in my business. Chaim was so happy, and they discussed some business, they got even closer, and discussed some different topics of the business and different things, ideas, and Yaakov really enjoyed Chaim a lot. In the middle, Chaim tells Yaakov, I know two of your children. You have a child Moshe and a child David. I know both of them very well. Moshe, I don't really like him that much. Nah, he's not my style. He's I don't know. He's not my type. And your other son David, I could be his friend, but okay, fine, maybe I'll be his friend. Now, do you think that Yaakov is still going to take Chaim as a worker and do him favors and give him a job? Absolutely not. Why should Yaakov go out of his way to help this poor person Chaim? If Chaim would have been smart, yes, he might have something against Yaakov's children. Be quiet. Keep it to yourself. Work for your boss, your new boss Yaakov. Enjoy him, and then he might get to know his children a little better and start liking them. So too when it comes to us. All day we walk around, badmouth that person, bash the other person. And then when it comes to davening, we barely think what we say about davening. And then all of a sudden, oh Hashem, please give me money, please give me nachas of children, please give me. Hashem will say, excuse me? Seriously? You're the one who's going to ask me for money and for whatever you need? Didn't you just talk against my own children? The guy who you badmouth is a person, he's my child. Who are you to badmouth him? You think I want to do business with you, Hashem says? Now, obviously, Hashem is not harsh, and Hashem is not that type. He's not a person. He is full of mercy to others and cares about others. But we have to understand that who are we to knock down someone else? Get to know the person. Have a discussion with them. And don't badmouth him, Chas v'shalom. Don't knock him down. Hashem wants to give us stuff, but if we use the same mouth to badmouth the other person, and use the same eyes to look bad at other people, why should Hashem listen to our mouth and our eyes? And we say, oh Hashem, please give. So that's side note, by the way, yeah. So it's just very important to try to live for the moment and not rush what's going to be tomorrow, what happened yesterday. What happened yesterday is something which we could learn from and have experience to do better. What's going to happen tomorrow? Who really knows? We have to focus about now, right now. What am I right now? What am I doing right now? Am I happy now? Am I sad? If I'm sad, why am I sad right now? But something will happen yesterday or something what's going to happen tomorrow. Am I sad about something today? So let me deal with it the right way. If we start living for the moment, then we'll be able to deal with things so much easier. I'm bothered by XYZ, so I'll take care of those three things. I'm happy because of whatever, so I recognize, I acknowledge it, and I'm happy about it. Now, there's a lot of people who walk around, they only look for the good. They can't find any bad, which means, let me explain myself. When they have a bad experience in their life, they try to run away from it. They're only looking for the good experiences in their life. And that's very wrong. If we can't enjoy the bad, then we can't enjoy the good. We have to be able to enjoy the bad in order to enjoy the good. And let me give you a little mashal. It was a Chalamoy Tzukkas. I went to watch a video with my kids. Beautiful video. I really enjoyed it. My kids enjoyed it. There was another family next to us, didn't enjoy it. Why didn't they enjoy it? So let me tell you what the video was all about. In the beginning, it was very scary, very like people getting hurt emotionally, people getting hurt physically. It was fights, and I felt the pain of the people there in the video. The other family next to us, the same thing. They watched the same video, but they saw the beginning, the first 15, 20 minutes, the first hour. They didn't enjoy it. They couldn't enjoy it because people are getting hurt, and it's not fair, and how come everything is going wrong? They couldn't enjoy it. So when both of us walked out of the video place, out of the room, I said I enjoyed it, and they said they didn't enjoy it. But what about the next 2 hours, which was beautiful, and beauty and nice? They couldn't enjoy the nice and beauty. Why not? Because they couldn't enjoy the pain. If you can't enjoy the pain from the beginning, you won't be able to live in the happiness. So we have to enjoy the pain. I'm not saying you should laugh when you have pain, but you should accept the pain and say, you know, I know it's hard, but it's important for me to live in the pain. Like this, when I have happiness, I will enjoy the happiness fully. I'll be able to enjoy the happiness in the highest level, because after going through pain, the happiness is so much higher. So we have to have a balance of happiness and pain to be able to live a true life. And there's another point which my father always used to say. A person needs the pain throughout his life. He needs the struggles. Because imagine you go to a game, a baseball game, and there's one great team, a real good team from the top, and the other team against this big team is worthless, literally worthless. Would you enjoy watching such a game that within 15 minutes they win and they lose? It's 15 against 0. It's worth it. No one will pay money for such a game because it's nothing. The best game is a real struggle, a fight. Two very good teams, great teams, and both are great in their own ways. And it's a struggle, fighting back and forth. After 2 hours, finally they finished, and it was literally a tie, or almost a tie. So to our life. Are we looking to sit back and relax and do nothing, and then what's the point of living? Or have a real enjoyment. Be into your life the whole time. Be all over the place. It's a hard day, it's a toiv, good days, bad days, a combination of the whole shebang. And it's very exciting. From the outside it looks very scary. But afterwards, after we live through all these struggles of all the guy money, problems and things, looking back 10 years later, like, whoa, I struggled, but with success. Everything worked out at the end the right way. And even if it didn't work out the right way, but at least if you live in the moment, then he has a bad day. Okay, so he has a bad day. It's not easy to have a bad day, but at least he lived at the moment. Today I have a bad day. I'll be able to push it through. I might not be able to enjoy myself pushing it through, but I'll be able to push through today without worrying what's going to happen tomorrow and being all upset what happened yesterday. And that's the truth of Judaism. If you go through all the Svarim, from the Torah down till today's days, you go through all of them, they all talk about living in the moment, believing in Hashem. What does believing in Hashem mean? Yeah, but met Hashem. Believing in Hashem is believing in myself. I have a tzelem Elokim. I have a part of Hashem in me. Hashem is with me. And believing in myself will get me to believe in Hashem. We have to believe in ourselves. You should love a fellow Jew as much as you love yourself. With the other pasuk, that you should love him or her as much as you love yourself. What do you mean love yourself? Who is yourself? Let me tell you who yourself is. You are yourself. I am myself. And I have to be proud of myself, who I am. And do the best I could with what I am in myself. It's very important to understand and realize how important we are. We should give ourselves unconditional love the same way Hashem gives us unconditional love. Hashem loves each one of us unconditionally, regardless of what we did. He still holds on to us. He doesn't give up on us as much as we give up on ourselves. So who are we to give up on ourselves if He didn't give up on us? And how could we give up on others when Hashem still didn't give up on them? We have to have hope. We have to have hope in ourselves and hope in others as much as Hashem has hope in us and in others. And when we get to the point of really loving ourselves, then we'll be able to love Hashem so much more. Hashem, thank you so much for everything. Because you'll see how much you have in yourself. Every person has their own life to deal with. How could he deal with others? Meaning to say, who am I to control other people and try to mess them up when I think I'm trying to help them? Let me deal with myself. I gotta deal with my hands, feet, eyes, mouth, nose, ears. I have so much to deal with myself. I have a whole factory on myself which I gotta deal with. So why should I try to deal with others and try to control them? Let me take care of myself, be happy for others, help out others when they need my help, and ask Hashem for guidance to be able to take care of myself as much as possible with Hashem's help. I hope you get the message. My main message here is Derech Eretz Kodma LaTorah. Normalkeit, be human, be menschlich to yourself and to others before you get into the Torah. And after you take care so much about yourself and you really love yourself and you care about yourself and you care about others, then when you look into the Torah, you'll find everything in the Torah, the way you understood yourself, the way you understood how much Hashem loves you and all that. Derech Eretz Kodma LaTorah. It's so powerful. Have a great day, guys.